Okay. Everything's alive. Nothing is dead. Nothing's powered off. Okay. Amethyst has been flowing. I mean, it's clogged, but it's alright. But battery's doing alright. Yeah. Oh, hello there. I didn't see you there. Welcome back. My name is Koshxs. How are you doing? This is Arknights Endfield, episode 10. And I'm sorry, I was just checking that everything was working alright after that slight hiccup that I experienced in the previous episode, right? We don't want that happening again. Running out of power is a big no for me from now on. And speaking of running out of power, or checking that the facilities are doing alright, the ones on the outpost are also doing alright. So yeah, this time it worked. The factory is now self-sufficient. The factory is now fully automated, and it's holding on. So, now that we're here in the outpost, let's see what we have to do around here, shall we?
It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom.
Welcome back. So now that we are sure that the factory is doing alright for a while, let's see what that was about in the last episode. Remember that we encountered Jeannie? She was telling us something about some people joining the camp, people being injured or needing something. I didn't pay much attention back then because I was kind of rushing into building the factory. I was a little bit obsessed, to be honest. I'm still kind of am. But the thing is, it's not all about the factory. There's a very important aspect of this game which involves regional development, managing your outpost. Because remember, we're a colony. We're trying to develop in this planet, moon. And turns out that a bunch of people, I don't know where they came from. I think this is something that the game lacks a little bit regarding explaining where everyone else is in Talos II, because it's not very clear to this point, but throughout the game, several characters mention that, oh, my hometown this, my hometown that, oh, this city, that city, this outpost, this settlement. Enfield arrived at Talos 2 a long time ago, but we weren't the first.
Can you give me a few of those supplies? I'm already out.
Not just the first aid supplies. This shelter also lacks sufficient food and other materials. It's hastily built, and isn't really prepared to handle situations like this.
But we can't just stand around and do nothing. Maybe the AIC factory can help.
The current product range of the AIC factory is limited, and we're facing shortages across the board. Even if we retrofit the production lines now, it still won't meet all the demand.
Yeah, right you are that we're a little bit limited.
This is a real bummer. Did anyone see Karja?
Karja? I thought you'd seen him already. I heard someone mention that he went to the Landbreakers gathering place. Has he not returned?
Really have a bad feeling about this.
Something's wrong. We gotta find him now.
So many people that already lived here in Talos II, they were affected by the anchor drops, the Angeloi, the Landbreakers, of course, and well, Enfield seems to have arrived just in time to help. Save people, develop the colony,
Perhaps he went further into the place.
provide resources, amongst many other things, right? So, right now we are on a quest that will help us further develop the refugee camp. You can see at the top left, beneath the minimap, OD, or is it Kitty? No, it's OD Project, Refugee Camp 1.
Danger zone.
There are several of these to further develop your camps, and remember, this is not the only one. So we're looking for Karja. Remember, that's Jeannie's brother.
Left this place. Why would Karja come here?
Indeed. And like roaches, they're back where we just last killed them.
That's Karja! Quick, save him! Shut that gate,
This ain't normal.
Oh, there he is. And as you can see, I have a new team. Well, I've already shown it, but this is the first time I show it in action. Last right, Ember, Saihi, and Ardelia. Karja, what you doing here, boy? Grunted in pain and gave us away. Who is this dude? And I mean, we haven't explored much of the map, but it really boggles my mind where they came from.
Another mouth to feed. Calm down already, Mr. Soth. We can barely feed
Yeah,
ourselves.
this guy. You'll find him a little bit annoying.
Didn't you hear what the injured said? There are more of them outside. Well, there are more of them Landbreakers outside as well. And there's a long road between us and the hub base. How are you supposed to send all these wounded people over there?
That's no excuse to leave anyone out there to die. Take a look around. How do you think we managed to get all this? Mark and his crew were the ones who got us safely to the cave. These people need our help, and if we sit on our hands and pretend they don't exist, we'd be disgracing Mark's memory. Ugh. Trying is at least better than doing nothing. Karja, bring out my supply stash. Maybe there's something useful in there.
Ugh, screw it. Count me in. Take my stash as well. But even if we squeeze something extra out of our stuff, how long is it gonna last?
Well, we'll figure something out. Don't you worry, we're Enfield.
Band Accord requires all Accordatories to do whatever they can to relieve disaster victims. It's time to fulfill our obligations.
Just need to keep this place running till the hub base recovers. Before that happens, we'll try to think of something.
When I worked at the meatpacking plant back in the day, I was trucking supplies to Valley 4. I know this Mr. Roman at the worker dorms who did supply management. He should remember me. My friends, you're way stronger than those LBs out there. If possible, could you contact Mr. Roman for us? Ask him if he could allocate some supplies that we desperately need.
Mr. Roman in the worker dorms. Alrighty, leave it to us.
Alrighty. The worker domes are just south of your main base, where Director Chin is. So it'll be easy to find this guy. Well, anyways, there's a marker. And this is just a little bit to roleplay the part of distributing goods to the refugee camp. This is technically a little bit of a side quest, and out of all the quests, this is the most side part of the quest. So he sent us to pick up some supplies and pick up instructions, and we're back where we first found our first bug flower. Look at that. And for the sakes of roleplay, these instructions are important because it will help them identify which plants are edible. There's citron bug flower and a very special kind of tart pepper. So, we got what we need. Let's go back to the camp and let's talk to
Mr. Roman?
Mr. Roman
Back with
again.
your notes and plant samples.
There you go.
Good job, everyone. I'm about to start. Hey, don't be shy. Come closer and gather round for a better look. Wild variants of common crops tend to make smaller seeds, but these are still edible. They can be identified with the shape of the stalk. Can you see this fine line?
Yeah, I saw it, mister. Are we gonna grow them?
No, but you can juice the local citrones and mix them up with some herbs. It'll give you something capable of treating wounds. The dust hares were the ones who came up with this formula. Be careful, though. If you see leaves with barbs on the underside, it's a different toxic plant. Toss it away because eating it will cause shortness of breath.
Ah, so that's what happened.
I know Mr. Roman is experienced, but I didn't expect him to be so knowledgeable.
Well, experience can give you your first share of knowledge, right?
Back when I met Roman, he was working at the transfer station near the fort. Roman would often give the truckers his, his special brand cake. The man probably gathered whatever was around. The years have gone by.
Mr. Soth, the situation in Valley 4 is complicated. Everyone needs to be properly identified. This will take a while given our current circumstances. If Mr. Roman is willing to vouch for you, we can send you and the most injured cases to the hub base. Perhaps...
I really appreciate your kindness. I really do. But we're starting to turn things around. There's no way I'll just pack up and leave. Supplies transport might be an issue, but with Roman's help, our people will manage. We'll keep looking for the victims and the refugees. Together, we'll get through these hard times.
Yeah, most things are colorful and joyful at Enfield, but this really shows you the struggle of setting up a colony.
To speed up our support in expanding this outpost, we can build a home where everyone feels safe.
We must carry Mark's torch and pass it on. I'll do whatever I can to make that happen.
What are you whispering about? We're gonna make some nutritious porridge and dressing salves for the wounded. Come and give us a hand?
No, I mean, sure, why not? Take notice of the buildings that they're living on right now and working on right now. They're not exactly buildings, but it's a little bit important to take note of that, because this is about to change. And we're now witnessing the first upgrade of the refugee camp. So now it no longer looks like a makeshift camp, right, of people like squatters living in an open field. It now looks like a proper camp with at least decent buildings, right? We moved on from using zinc and aluminum plates to actually building nice cabins made out of wood and other materials. So remember, the refugee camp, as well as other regional development outposts that you'll be unlocking further ahead, they can level up. Right now I just reached level 2 with the refugee camp. Now I can trade more stuff with them. Previously I could only trade the basic healing items. Now I can trade the B grade buck capsule. I can still trade the Auriga crust, amethyst parts. I can now trade amethyst bottles and the standard capacity Valley battery. That's what SC stands for. So more opportunity to make Valley stock builds, more opportunity to grow your refugee camp. Why would I want to make my refugee camp grow? I really don't care about this part of the system. Well, it's gonna give you pretty nice rewards, and it's actually entertaining if you're into that kind of stuff, you know, management, leadership. To a certain level, it actually teaches you a little bit about that. So I actually like that part of the game, and the new stuff that I can trade with them actually requires me having ferrium ore or iron ore. I find it easier calling it iron. You know, ferrium, iron is the same thing. And here you can see the line of production for making most of these things, which will require iron, ore, to make iron bottles, to make the B grade medicines like canned citron and bug capsule. We used amethyst to make the C grade part of that, and we'll still need iron to make the A grade part of that, but it's gonna take a little bit more than just that. So let's continue developing. Let's see what else we got over here. Speaking about valley stock builds and growing your economy, remember this guy, the big rabbit guy. We're gonna upgrade the hub. The hub is the distribution, the good distribution system. Anyways, the one where you can spend valley stock builds, but we're gonna take the next step into that by spending just 4,500 valley stock builds. We can upgrade the system and we'll be unlocking elastic goods. What are elastic goods, you say? Very good question. Glad you asked. You can press Y or you can come talk to this guy and you'll have unlocked the stock redistribution system. We had the staple goods and now we have the elastic goods. These aren't really resources that you can use for your gameplay. These are for the sake of role-playing and to get stock builds. So you can see there's like bots, drills and other stuff, and you can see that they have a very specific price that varies depending on whether they're showing a decrease in percentage or an increase with a green triangle, or if it's a decrease it's a red triangle. You'll see if a product day by day is cheaper or more expensive. So this is like the real life stock market for dummies, maybe. I'm not that big into economy, but this really appeals to me, and it's quite a really simple system, something that you can do in most games, not in the same way that it's done here, but yeah, you can purchase goods for a low price. For example, this one is at 1,000 and something, 1,058 valley stock builds. You can purchase a limit per day of each of these goods, and to give you a rough example, let's say you can buy 10 of these goods for 1,000 valley stock builds in one day. So you're gonna be spending 10,000 valley stock builds. Okay, let's say that you have those 10 products, and then you can check in your friends list who has the product available for buying. So you can join their world if their rates are higher than your world, and sell the product there. So buy low, sell high. Buy cheap, sell expensive. So let's say that your friend may be buying those products for, and it's not that they're buying it specifically, it's the system in their world has the price of this product increased because that's how their economy is doing right then at that moment, and you can sell them for 3,000, right? So we'll have earned 30,000 valley stock bills. We bought them at 10,000. We have a profit of 20,000 valley stock bills. And just a rough example, you can buy more than that. You can buy for much less than that price. Sell for even higher price. I'll even sell something for 4,000 and something valley stock bills, and that's something that varies depending on which friends you have available and which goods you have available. Not always you'll have a very good margin profit, but it's actually a pretty good system. It's not to replace your trading with the colony. It's actually to aid it, you know, to earn more valley stock bills.
Oxy 7 skirmish.
And while I'm dead,
All right.
I decided to make
Got
a couple of
anything to
pools.
say? No?
And let's
How about we
see
just call it a day?
who's this.
Excuse me, is this where we sign up for the job?
Oh, this guy.
Nice meeting you. Name's Alesh. I like
Yeah.
to read, and I can do angling with my eye.
Sure, I'm not really interested in him. Although, if you have a cryo team and you would like to have a character that restores SP for your team, he's a really good option. In fact, since the Evon banner is up right now and live, he might be a really good choice. If you have the chance to pull him from the banner, or even purchase him from the store, because sometimes there are 5-star characters available here in the quota exchange. There you go. If you have the necessary currency, you'll need 200, you can buy them. And these renews every banner, so keep that in mind. And about this system that we're talking about regarding Valley stock builds, you'll need to, well, of course, first unlock it, but apart from that, you'll need friends. And if you catched it, I mean, if you got it, I didn't have any friends.
Hi.
That is, in the game, I now have friends in the game. How to make friends in the game? Let's call this video that. How to make friends in Enfield. I actually have friends in real life, but only one of them plays this. If you're watching this, I need to invade your world to collapse your economy, if that's alright with you. Anyways, how to make friends in Enfield. The best way that I found, I mean, you can search in the friends menu. I think there's a list there, just like in Genshin or any other game. But the way that I find it easier, you have encountered several buildings that other players have left in your world. You can repair them, right? Just like those signposts and the zip lines. While you can repair them, you can also check who placed them, right? So you can add them as a friend there. Do that as much as you can, so you can have as many friends. To have to choose from an available list. To trade goods and earn more Valley stock bills, because that is a very significant source of bills. Alrighty, so I'm gonna be doing a little bit more exploration here around the world. I did mention that I was going to be touching a few, what do you call them, secondary quests. Of all the secondary quests, the regional development is the one that is most important. But I'm also doing it because I really don't want to miss much stuff as I'm progressing through the story, because I might, I don't know, leave something out, leave something behind. I don't know, and I also like to explore. I mean, yes, I'm one of those players that like exploration. I know, imagine release the Kraken. But yeah, so just as a recap, do the quests for your camp development. Speak with the rabbit. Find as many friends as you can. Alrighty. And let's do a quick review of anything else that I'm missing around here. Resources. There's a secondary quest over here in the north. But before we go to that, this one didn't look so significant at the beginning. And I want to show you this because it's actually very interesting. Might be important in the future, maybe not, who knows? But it really got my attention. So it turns out that towards the south east of the Valley 4, where your main base is, there's this outpost. I don't know exactly who it belongs to, but this guy, he's one of our basic operators from Enfield. He was doing a mission around here and stumbled upon this. Dead LBs. That's very interesting because we don't have any forces here. I mean, if one of us got them, why isn't he or she around anymore? Why wasn't this reported? So it clearly wasn't us. So what happened here? And this really caught this guy's attention, and our attention, of course. Not just because they're dead, but because in the way that they died. Such clean technique, the fight probably ended very quickly. So you can explore the surroundings, and you'll notice that there are damages and signs of struggle, but those damages indicate that whoever did this really knew how to fight. I'm thinking maybe Wolfguard, but it's not like him to be around these parts, right? He operates a little bit more up north, right? And also, what is this facility about? It's not exactly clear. And look at this container, look at that damage. It was hit by something and also cut by something. And I know we can take out a few LBs without any problem, but presumably this was done by a single person. Look at this. The Landbreaker only has one clean wound on the back of the neck. And there's a pile of blood, of dried blood on the ground. I mean on the floor. Whoever did this is not only a skilled fighter, it's a ruthless and efficient killer. The guests arrive, no loud noises, and remember to say please. What's this about? So, I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. But there is a terminal over there that we can repair. Let me go back up. Yeah, this will require the admin skills. I like these puzzles. They're easy. And to a certain point, I find this relaxing. I don't know about you, but am I the only one? I mean, it's like a good change of pace regarding what you're doing normally in the game. So, we repaired the console. Let's see what it has. Terminal operational log, the hub, command executed, restored maintenance, so just routinary stuff until 2:56 p.m. Right before 3 p.m. stuff started happening. Attempt to access communication module, access failed. Attempted to access failed, so on and so on, until at 2:58 access interrupted, device suffered impact. So this is the time that the struggle took place. And look at that, we even have a voice log. It's almost time, why won't it connect? Wrong password maybe? The boss gave it, should be wrong. And then there's a shout. Shadow, wait, it's a misunderstanding, we were just. Don't think Volcano will let you get away with this. So, someone knew about this facility within the LBs. They apparently gave them the password, but apparently it was wrong. Someone else got involved. And the name Volcano. I think we haven't seen it yet, but I will see it again in the future. And spoiler alert, I think it is an LB. I haven't seen him or her, whatever it is. But I have obtained hints that it's probably another LB leader. So this facility clearly isn't theirs. I mean, we can't just attribute this to, oh, they came here scavenging. Oh, because that's what they are, because they're savages. No, we already know that the LBs know more than they are letting on. And especially their bosses, not just Neferith. And they seem to be pretty divided and looking after their own interests, as it so often happens between bad guys. So yeah, this is a bit interesting. An infight in between the LBs. The person that killed these LBs that we found here, was it from another LB faction? Or was it from a good guy faction? Something like the Order of Steel or the UWST or one of our operators from Enfield or someone from Rhode Island. Rhodes is Rhode Island, just in case. So really curious. I'm a little bit baffled, interested. Not giving any hints here. I legitimately haven't encountered anything else beyond this, and I wonder if it'll have any relevance in the future. So, heading up north again, I found a really suspicious guy. Suspicious because of the way that he talks, and also because of the manner that I encountered him in. So, just coming through this place, you find a guy just in a cage, resting. And look at this.
Hello, sir. Are you alright?
Situation normal.
Situation
Your
normal.
situation doesn't look normal to me. Don't worry, we'll get you out immediately.
Many thanks.
Can you still walk? We can take you to our base. Don't worry, our surgeons can treat all sorts of injuries.
Call me Weitz. There is no need to rush for a surgeon's presence. I only need some rest and recuperation.
Weitz. Ja. Hey German. Ja.
I am ashamed to speak of it, but my luggage has fallen victim to brigandry. The Landbreakers came at me with absolute numerical superiority. I could not stop them. But those pieces of luggage are important. I cannot leave until I recover my lost property.
Ayo, that sounds like an easy problem to fix. We'll just go and retrieve them for you.
So he kind of sounds like a good guy. I mean, he has UWST uniform and gear. Could be a trick. As far as I know, he could be an LB disguised as an UWST operator. But someone that speaks like a refined butler from one of those anime
I am
shows.
definitely not
Maybe I'm
ignoring
wrong.
the errors.
I'm kind of smelling a
I'm
trap
simply
here
in need of
and
rest.
deception, but the truth is actually much more simple than that.
Let us reboot
He's
this
actually a
process
good
once
guy,
more.
spoiler alert.
All supply crates secured. Allow me to make a final inventory count. A few tins have gone missing. How did this happen?
He was on a mission.
Perhaps the breakers divided the loot. Wait, did you just say tins? Your crates are just filled with canned food?
Just not an official
Not
mission.
just tinned provisions. Drinking water, fuel, emergency medication, and basic arts unit. My cargo has everything required.
But that's just a typical set of emergency supplies.
Indeed. If used properly, they will deliver many lives from the clutches of danger.
Well, you're not wrong.
Joining the Order of Steel Oath was my dream. However, I didn't meet their requirements and failed to pass the trials. This is why I have decided to lend my assistance to others in ways I can. When I heard about the disaster in Valley 4, I immediately carried these supplies and made my way here.
Immediately? You had all of these supplies ready the whole time?
Of course. My residence is filled with emergency supplies. Unfortunately, my vehicle suffered a malfunction, and I was also ambushed. These crates are the only things left.
I don't know if I should call you selflessly dedicated or seriously unlucky.
Endman, there shouldn't be any landbreakers nearby. What is our plan from here?
Yeah, let's help this guy. He is a good guy, even if it feels that he's doing a little bit of a futile mission,
Humans
but
wouldn't go walkabout on their own. If the landbreakers didn't do it, then it's probably the local critters.
This cave is quite complicated. Let's try the scanning feature. We can use it to find local wildlife activity. It'll make our search easier.
even if it's futile because of the scale of his support, it shouldn't be rejected because he's doing a good deed, indeed. And turns out that the supplies weren't stolen by LBs.
Tiny paw prints. What animal is this?
Do you know any organization? If the administrative organization of Valley 4 is still operational, we should attempt to get in touch with them. The supplies may be meager, but they will come in useful as well.
Administrative organization? Are you talking about...
In addition to the UWST, I have heard about a separate organization. They are also managing several installations in Valley 4. Any organization that works with the UWST should be reliable enough.
I wonder which organization he's referring to.
I sense unease amongst my friends.
Perhaps you can just give those crates to us.
Yeah, maybe that'll be for the best. So, not a suspicious guy, not a bad guy, just a good guy prepper with a German servant, butler, robotic accent, personality, who wasn't fully aware of Enfield Industries and decided to make matters into his own hands to help other people. Quite novel, indeed. It's very heartwarming, actually, but futile, if not anything else, because while his house may be full of emergency supplies, trying to deliver them on his own, and yes, they may save a few people, maybe we could work at a larger scale, right? Just by being informed of our presence here. Maybe that's on us. Maybe we should announce ourselves a little bit more to the rest of the good people of Talos II. But I really like this kind of world building. It really makes you feel that like the world is alive. Other people are doing stuff here on Talos II. So, I'm raising my authority level. I'm trying to upgrade all my systems. I'm checking here the secondary quests. Seems like most of them are currently limited by my own lack of resources or my own lack of progress through the main mission. So I either continue with the main mission or I can actually complete the refugee camp progress. Um, don't forget to be doing all of this. As you collect more materials, you can get more ore barrel. The game will throw you a lot of free ore barrel, especially in this training part. Sorry, I know I'm deviating a lot, but it's a good reminder. In the F6 menu, the manual operations, the operation manuals, there is a training part in which you can actually check the abilities and
What's up,
how to play
Daniel?
all the characters that
don't
you
look
own,
happy.
This
which
place
will
isn't
give you
safe,
ore barrels.
and I need more muscle on patrols. I couldn't put a serious crew together. Soft keeps telling me how he's got nobody to spare and how we should avoid risks, but I'm worried the trouble will come looking for us.
Yeah, we do have landbreakers prowling near this place. Found anything suspicious?
A few footprints, pieces of bone that someone gnawed on. Oh, and the smell. God, I really think.
Hey, Daniel! We got an emergency! Them friggin' LBs are here! A mob of them! They're definitely up to no good.
What? So soon? Quick, take the people and hide.
We can't let those LBs get
Is
any
it possible?
closer. Take us to the
Is it
battle.
possible they came here following you, Dewey? Maybe. I don't like this Dewey because you know, in every situation where a group of people are trying to survive, you know, zombie apocalypse, robot apocalypse, etc. There's always that troublesome guy that complains about everything and makes matters worse. This Dewey is one of those guys. I don't like him, and you'll find that soon. In fact, I think I actually spoke over it. There was this scene in which Chen was talking to him because he was stealing goods from another person because he was really worried about his survival. Stealing in a survival situation like this is absolutely intolerable. So that was strike one for Dewey. And what's about to happen in my book might be strike two.
You alright? Are you hurt?
It really weren't that many LBs.
Damn! We chased off those pipe faces before, and now they're pulling this sneaky trick on us? Oh, Soth, if we got no other solutions in mind, I'm heading out to lay a few traps. I won't die holed up in a cave.
Danger outside, resources. Sometimes I pick this for the sake of
same.
continuing the
I'm
conversation.
ex-military. I may have been discharged, but I won't sit on my hands while these blighted raiders mess up my place.
I know how you feel, Daniel. I know. I've seen all the hard work you put into everything here. Everyone knows how important you are. That's why we can't afford to let you handle the toughest jobs alone.
All right. Fine. You're right.
But we can't let this go on forever. Oh, what about those gun towers we constructed last time? Can we use them?
Those are stationary defense facilities. The LBs are getting smart. I don't think that we can get enough towers to handle every situation.
Oh, I think we can challenge that statement.
Oh yeah! We got our flashy techno protocol! If we know where the enemy is coming from, we can just rearrange our defenses.
All protocol facilities are furnished with basic sensors and data links. Real-time processing of signal feeds from facilities in the whole area should give us the early warning we need. We will place an early warning terminal here. It will monitor the surroundings for a potential attack and help us organize our defenses.
Indeed. Those facilities offer plenty of support fire. They can hold off an entire attack route if we're spread too thin.
Hey, come to think of it, this approach sounds pretty promising.
Promising indeed. So, if we thought that just administrating, or should I say administrating, administrating an outpost and just trading goods here and there was the only systems that we would take benefit from, a refugee camp, an outpost, we were wrong. Because, let me introduce you to the early warning system terminal, the imminent incursion system, the whatever you want to call it system. I call it the original Arknights game. It's the tower defense part of the game. They're going back to the roots. I think I mentioned this before. The placing the gun towers were basically alluding to, or making a callback to the, what do you call it, the tower defense of the original Arknights game. And here you're gonna further develop that, because you now have a proper interface in which you're gonna see who is gonna be attacking you, where they're gonna be coming from, which defenses you have available, and which rewards you're gonna be getting from there. So this will not only give you the standard rewards of ore barrel experience credits, it will give you a nice bonus to Valley stock build production. We'll look into that a little bit later. You can see which towers you can place. I really like this. It even shows the path in which they could be coming from. So over here you can look at the types of enemies that will be coming. It may not be that important at first glance, because initially it's very easy to just take out all the enemies, but eventually you'll have to do a little bit of careful planning, just like in any tower defense. You need to actually think strategically which defenses you have available versus which enemies you're going to be facing, because some towers may do a lot of damage to a single target, but they fire slowly, so that will leave them vulnerable to, what do you call it, multiple units, multiple masses of enemies. And for example, turrets that can deal a lot of damage in a wide area, specifically to large numbers of enemies, they may not be so effective against a tougher enemy, a single unit like the LB that uses an axe. So what are we gonna do here? Remember the AAC tech tree, the AAC index. You not only have facilities to put in the factory, you also have defense towers. And so far we have only unlocked the basic gun towers. There are also some other things here that I could really benefit from unlocking, and I have 3 AAC index points, so I could spend a little bit. I still need to be careful because I need some of this stuff. I can always find more AAC index points later on, but let's unlock the grenade tower. So the grenade tower is actually pretty useful. It does exactly what you imagine it does, with hit damage actually. So, big explosion in a concentrated area. It can hit multiple targets, but it can also deal damage to the big units, the big enemies. So, consider having them available. In any case, the invasion that you're facing is going to tell you which towers are recommended. In this case, the basic gun towers and the grenade launcher were recommended. The only inconvenience is that you cannot place these towers too close to each other. That kind of sucks, because there are many tower defense games where you can actually place, just spam your towers, clog the place with defenses, and completely overwhelm the enemies as they're flowing in. Especially because some levels can be really difficult. I have played a few tower defenses. I can't remember their names, it's been a long while, but I actually like them. I know, I haven't progressed through the original Arknight games yet. I want to, but it'll take some time. In any case, this is a limitation that the game gives you in order to help you strategize, to plan accordingly. And you're also limited by the number of turrets that you can place on the ground. So, let's face the invasion. Here You can let the turrets do their own thing, or you can also interfere with your operators. Feel free to do so, because that's why they're there. They're there to defend the outpost, which makes sense. They're technically still close to an LB camp, so since we're developing, we're becoming a richer target for them to attack. So lore-wise, it makes sense. So a defense was eventually expected to happen, right? An attack, and for us to defend. So again, feel free to interfere with your operators. I encourage you to not do so. And the reason for that will become apparent very soon. Because right now, the guns are kind of doing their work, but I'm not entirely sure if they can do it on their own. Let's go a bit further to see. I mean, they're very clearly keeping at bay the weaker targets. And it really doesn't look like they need much of my interference. I'm a little bit worried about the big units. Those with the axe. Let's see what happens if I just fall back. But eventually it's a combat I still go in. So, anyways. That's a good battle. Defense battle successful, level 1, so as you might imagine, there are several levels to this. And it actually plays a part in upgrading your refugee camp or your other outposts. Trade with them to raise prosperity, do the quest, and do a tower defense battle. That's basically it, what you need to level up an outpost. And in this case we just received the rewards that they promised us, but there's a little bit more. We have obtained ore barrel, we have increased the capacity for towers. That's because there are gonna be other attacks in which in which we're gonna need more defenses, more and better defenses actually. It all adjusts to the type of attack that will be incoming. So, what this guy is telling us is actually pretty valid. A little bit towards the role playing of the game, but right now we were here to quote unquote defend the outpost. But what happens when we're not around? So the game has a really interesting way of approaching that. The same battle can happen twice. So right now, our outpost status, well, it was imminent danger, imminent attack. Right now it's partially secure. Why is it partially secure? Because while we have tower defenses placed, we have participated in the attack with our own operators. So we got a stock build bonus earning chance of 10%. But you see, the duration of that bonus is only 24 hours after the attack happens. Okay, you can make that bonus permanent if you do the auto defense part of the battle, which is do the same battle again, but with just the towers, not with your operators. And if you choose to do this, you will not have a choice in whether your operators will be involved or not. It's not oh, try to avoid combat. No, you won't be able to engage in combat. You'll have to fully rely and trust your towers to fully defend the outpost so that you can obtain this permanent bonus. So you see, you trade with your outpost, you upgrade it, you unlock the next battle. You win the battle successfully, unlock a bonus, but it's only temporary. Do the battle again with just your towers, not your operators, and you get the bonus permanently. Repeat that until you have a lot of stacked up bonuses and earn more value stock builds. So we now have 4 towers in place, but I'd like to rearrange them. You do have a preparation phase between battles before facing the next wave. It's going to be the exact same wave. It's going to be the exact same enemies coming in the same exact order and the same rate. So that's why I told you, try to see if your towers can hold the attack on their own, even in the first phase, the one where you participate in. So now I have one granny tower and 3 basic gun towers. I changed their positions, so let's see how this goes. So you see, I'm currently using the Endman, but she's a ghost. She can't interfere or participate in this battle. It's completely up to the gun towers at this point. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so far so good. And remember, you can check the number of enemies at the top. So far we got 6 out of 21. And here comes one of the big guys. Oh, that was pretty close. But it seems that I placed the towers right on the right spot. So far so good. Now, this would actually be a failure if these guys were higher level. And if he didn't stop midway to shout or charge up or activate an ability or whatever he's doing halfway, because the other guys, they really can't get close. If it was just the small gun towers, maybe they could get overwhelmed at some point. The granny tower is there to prevent that. See, there's a line they can't cross, but these guys, they get awfully close. So that's why in future battles, you'll need to consider more carefully what to place on the field, where to place it, how to organize your electric pylons with the towers, the distance between them. You need to plan strategically, because eventually you'll have to be dealing with 2 paths.
We can verify the system just to be on the safe side.
Alright, let's check the terminal. And now we have the stock build bonus earning chance, 10%, permanently. And the outpost status is fully secure. Now, as you can see, these are very specific scripted planned events. I mean, not scripted in the way that you're always set to win. You may lose at some point, but that will depend on your planning and your preparation of your defenses. The thing is, what I'm trying to say is, LBs are not gonna be attacking constantly in real time anytime that you're away from it, or at least I haven't been around to see it, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen that way. The thing is, it will be very specific events that you choose when to do, right? You choose when to progress, because remember, it is required to progress through the levels of your outpost, which you want to do to earn more builds, to be able to trade better goods. Anyways, so we got adventure, fighting, role-playing. Well, I don't know if role-playing is really accurate, but story is what I mean. We got the gacha system, we got a factory system, we got mining, we got maybe farming a little bit. We got outpost management, colony development, economy, trading, and now tower defense. I love it. I'm really loving this game. And I also really like how every single thing in this world has a purpose, makes sense, be it gameplay wise or lore wise. This early warning terminal and system actually makes a lot of sense. It's pretty good. I mean, I'm starting to feel like we're a little bit overpowered in this world. We have a lot of conveniences, like we came here very well prepared, but that's the thing. Lore wise, we came prepared, because we had the resources to help people to do the things that we needed, or we had the resources to make more things that we would need, either to help ourselves or help others. Be it the giant Originum ship that we have in orbit, or the fact that our main character is the master of Originum in the universe. Which is pretty convenient, but you need those conveniences in a video game like this, don't you think? So, 30 level. As you can see, this happened through a large span of time, because at some point in this video I was leveling up to 25, now I'm 33. You actually blast through these levels. I don't feel like there's a level increase or an XP increase needed.
There's no faking that.
It may be the same level
myself,
every time.
along with Wooster bags and satchels. Just
Same
trust
amount,
me.
I'm sorry.
I know how to sneak my way there. Give me rations for 7 days. No, just 3 days. That'll work for me.
No. Emergency
Yeah,
supplies
give me
are reserved for
rations.
the search and rescue teams. The SAR received updates from the injured and already found 2 people. All I have from you is a hunch.
Okay, you're just giving me the cold shoulder. You never really trusted me, did you?
Hey, everyone
Why
worked real
should he?
hard to scrape these resources together. I gotta be responsible for them.
Yeah. See that? I hate that. That's a problematic person.
What's happening, Mr. Smith?
And we really don't need that kind of person around.
Just when things are looking up, Dewey claims he's found more survivors. He's just coming up with an excuse to get more supplies. Back when we were still in the cave, I heard he was always trying to find excuses to slack off. He ain't too clean. Times were rough then, so we let him off because it was nothing serious. But now, I won't forgive anyone lying about matters of life and death.
Yeah, this simply reveals a little bit more about what we
Thank
already
you for dutifully managing
saw of
this
him.
outpost. To the business at hand. We're thinking about allocating key resources for the camp. I wonder if we can discuss transportation priorities with you.
Of course. Wonderful. I was about to ask you the same thing.
This might take a while. Enman, Dewey seemed a little off when he left just now. I'm a bit worried. Should we check on him a bit?
Yeah, probably a good idea, because I get the feeling that he's either gonna do something reckless or something stupid. Be it getting himself killed, which isn't that much of a tragedy, or betraying us, which is actually a big tragedy. We can have that. So, give me resources to go infiltrate an LB camp. Again, sounds like doing something stupid or betraying us. So let's check on him to see exactly what he's up to. And nope, not that way. This one. Oi, you. What are you doing, Dewey? Dewey. Do we really have to look out for you? I'm sorry.
Huh?
I mean, he complains about everything. He steals stuff. He wants more for himself. I really don't like this kind of character. And he may be after some people to save them. Yeah, his intentions may be actually truthful and noble, but he hasn't done much for himself to prove himself, to give us much reason to support him. He says that he's gonna do it on his own, but I still don't trust him, so we're gonna follow him. When you say we, do you mean me and us, Chen and I, or are you coming too?
Lightery.
I'll keep my eyes on your six, he says.
There
Sure.
used to be a few trails we could use.
Yeah, they really
I feel like he's sending me to a trap.
Wait. How do you know the layout of this fort so well?
Very good question, Chen. I feel like he's sending us to a trap. I mean, if this is the trap, it's not a very good trap. Evidently. So there really was someone here to save. He seems to be fine. Oh, and here he comes. Did you come to see if we were dead? To see if we fell on the trap? I'm sorry. I'm probably being a little bit too judgmental right now.
Dewey!
But I have trust
Edmund.
issues.
You're back.
With good
See,
reason,
I've
actually.
been telling you the truth.
You're really trying to save people, huh? I misjudged you.
For now. Because maybe this time things didn't turn out as he was planning.
Huh. Trying is at least better than doing nothing. Trading a scoundrel's life for a chance. I say it's a win.
Are you referring to yourself as a scoundrel?
I know what's gonna happen.
Really?
Once the Outpost starts taking in people who know me, everyone's gonna find out. I never had a proper job, so I survived on stealing stuff from people. I was still in a detention cell when the LBs busted into the place.
But you still insisted on heading out and saving them.
I once sneaked into the depot to steal stuff, but I knocked over a shelf. I tried to steady it, but the mess got bigger. And when the crewmates arrived, I'd already spilled a huge vat of specialized cutting fluid solution. All the damage I caused in that crime will probably keep me behind bars for life. But they just kept me in a local detention cell for nearly 2 months. I wasn't relocated. The Woosters probably never escalated this incident. And yeah, the Woosters also saved my life last time at the cave, so I guess I owe them twice. I've said my piece. Now do what you gotta do.
Don't think that I'm gonna start liking you just because you have a sad
What you
story.
did was very dangerous. You or Chen should have called me.
We should focus on the serious matter first. Let's get this poor man settled down properly. Sir, are you a crewmate of the Valley? Our camp regularly moves the injured to the hub base, so don't worry. We'll move those who've been verified first.
Nope, I'll be good at this place.
But this is a temporary shelter. The limited amenities might not be suitable for someone your age.
Your outfits tell me you're Endfielders. You have an engineer named Andre, right? Can you give him a call? Tell him that Staub wants to help at this camp.
Mr. Andre?
Staub.
Okay. We'll contact him.
Thank you. I'll be waiting here.
Perhaps he's a friend of Mr. Andre. Well, we should call our hub base engineer and find out.
So it found Brits, Italians, and now Germans. Alright. So, Mr. Andre only needed a few amethyst parts. And we're
All
back
right,
in the
friends.
outpost.
Here comes the materials.
We brought all sorts of stuff. Building specs are quite different here. Look, these screws have a slightly narrower diameter.
No wonder we couldn't find any spare parts to repair that trailer. See? We need a professional for jobs like this. They can spot the problem instantly.
Ah, don't say that. At least we got everyone settled down. It's time to rebuild what was destroyed. All this tech will come in useful.
Andre, my man. How did you make this trip? Just sending the parts and materials over would have been enough.
Whew. You silly old man. I know what you're up to. Now that you're around, I've brought these little buddies along. They'll give you some logistics capacity.
These machines look pretty expensive. And the parts as well. What are you planning to do with them?
I don't intend to just sit around and wait for the supplies to arrive. Since we've got plenty of space, I'm going to set up a proper workbench. This will let us make some simple tools and take on minor repair jobs. We got enough parts to fix and repair the bots. Since I got all this time on my hands, I can probably take an apprentice. A skilled assistant might be helpful later on.
An apprentice? Stop. Are you gonna make Dewey...
Just to lay it straight with you, the UW was quite disappointed in the brat. For 10 years, it was nothing but trouble. And every time he made an improvement, he would quickly lose patience and give up. There's no salvaging a hopeless wreck. But Dewey can still tell good from evil. I owe him for saving my
Can
life.
he?
So I guess he deserves another chance.
Alright, use your chance, Dewey, but remember the next one is strike 3.
If the old man isn't bothered by having a scoundrel apprentice, then I've got nothing to say. So yeah, I'll take the offer. Thank you.
Ha! To a good beginning. All right, let's end the chit-chat and start working already.
Fine, you're off the hook for now. And you didn't notice because of the way that I edited this. Hopefully it's good enough, but the thing is, this happened across a couple of days or several days, and while I was doing that I was still trading with the Outpost, and this was actually the next quest, and we have upgraded the refugee camp to level 3. So from squatters to campers, from campers to colonists, and hopefully eventually proper settlers. And now it's looking very nice with proper buildings, very nice development, looking like an actual place to live in. Very glad how this is progressing. I hope you liked it. This was the story of the refugee camp, one of the many outposts that you will be unlocking. I'm not sure exactly how many, but I've unlocked at least one more after this. And hopefully you'll stick around to find out what happens in the rest of the story in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it to this point in the video, consider subscribing and liking the video. Not necessary, but it's free and it helps a lot. But just watching the video is all the help that I need. Thank you very much for being here. My name is Koshxs. Wish you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.
Two souls colliding. We shared the pieces of ourselves. It's perfect timing now. We fueled the flames, but we're still learning to trust, learning to trust. It's never enough, never enough. Burning me up, burning me up. Don't fight the fire. Too much, too fast to burn us out. We walk the wire, love. Don't make me read your mind, I know it. Learn to trust, learn to trust. It's never enough, never enough. Burning me up, burning me up. I won't fall when I'm picking you up. Hold my hand, I won't be strong enough. Our love is stronger